Hello, magical souls. I am so excited to be here with you tonight. And the Mopsies, I'm super excited. I have your book. He loves me. He truly loves me here with me. And so I'm encouraging everybody, get out there, check it out. It's a beautiful book. So if you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Patricia Tate. I am a Western and evolutionary astrologer. And if you are not new, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for being here. I love every other Tuesday where I can come and share astrology with you. So for tonight, if you would like to get into the queue, use that QR code and you can sign up for a reading. Please make sure that you give me your exact date, time, and location. I'd love to know who all is in the room. Please let me know if you know your sun, your moon, your rising, and where you're coming from. My sun is Leo, my rising is Virgo, so organized and to the point, like that, like OCD sometimes. And my moon is in Taurus, needing that earthy, grounded energy. And currently I am in Florida. I'm going to be leaving for a hot minute Thursday, and then I will be back on Monday. Going to be heading back to Ohio for a few days, and then I will be back to Florida for the duration of the month, and would love to know, where are you located? What is going on with you today? So hey, shiny gems, I have your love note here too. Like, not magic, like I love that. Like, it is a thing. Like, I surround myself with things that make me feel like safe, secure, and all those good things. Hello. What is that? Baja Vibe. Yeah. Welcome. And Sarah Patterson, Libra rising, Scorpio sun, and Taurus moon. Okay, I totally understand the Taurus moon. The Libra rising means the eclipses are going through your first and your seventh house. So like that big changes going on between partnership and yourself. And Scorpio sun, that's just intense energy. I absolutely love it. I love the I love the truthfulness of a Scorpio. My South Node is in Scorpio. I embrace it, and I work with it. Let's see. Photo zones, Scorpio rising, Gemini moon. Oh, so a little flirty too. And Capricorn sun. Look, I love all of that energy. Yeah. Becca Marshall, Leo sun. I'm a Leo sun too. Oh, you're Leo sun and ascendant. Oh, that's major Leo energy there, like that you're working on. I love that with Taurus moon. The Taurus moon will help ground some things for you. Good. Shiny gems, you are the Cappy sun and that Libra rising and the Sagittarius moon. You know, that Sagittarius moon, it's privately like the moon represents our intuition, our being receptive, being vulnerable, our memory, and our mother, and just the feminine energy of, and I absolutely love that. Absolutely. Miss A, Capricorn sun and moon. Oh, so were you born in a new moon? Because that also shifts the energy. I always look, whenever I'm working on somebody's natal chart, I first look for what stands out, and then I look for other things, like were they born in an eclipse or a new moon or a full moon, or I definitely look at your nodes, and I look to see if, like, what squares we have and what energy that we're working with. The Baja Vibe, Libra sun, Virgo rising, and Capricorn moon. That's a lot of earth. That's a lot of earth and air. I like it. Miss A, you were a new moon on Christmas Day. You were a Christmas baby. I love this. I love all of this energy. All right, so I'm excited that everybody is here. I want to talk just a little bit about some things that are going to be going on in the universe. This is what is going on today. So some things that pop out at me, like this Aries energy. This is where the eclipses are going to be. The North Node, the North and the South Node, they take 18 months, and they literally go through the chart, but they go through opposite the way that the planets do, and they activate different areas of the chart. And so the planets have a cycle. Like the sun, it takes like 1 year to go around a chart, and like Saturn is 29 years, and the moon a month. And so uh, the reason for the timing of it is to initiate the activation of like what's going on in somebody's life. And when the nodes go through and they're activated in a person's chart, it's about activating over 18 months in order to move the person towards their destiny. The north node is like the dragon's head, and the south node, this little horseshoe here, is what we release, or our past lives, if you're comfortable with past lives, and it's what we bring in with us. And I don't look at it as it's an all or a nothing. Our natal chart always gives us our difficulties, but it also gives us what we can do to overcome these difficulties in order for us to grow, change, and evolve. Hello, Lady Anne. Sun in Pisces, ooh, goodness gracious, and Moon in Aquarius, and a rising. That's a lot of water. A lot of, look, I love anything with Aquarius, like let your freak flag fly. And so privately, we know like a little bit about you. Yeah, I'm enjoying I'm enjoying all of you. Thank you for all being here. Hopefully you are subscribing if you want to get in on having your natal chart. There should be a QR code. Definitely click on that. It's a $40 donation by PayPal, and I need your time, your exact date, time, and location of your birth. And then what I do is I take a look at what we're working with, and then I look at where the events are affecting you right now. So we have all of this in Aries. Aries is initiatory. Aries is we think about ourselves, and we have to have like healthy boundaries. We have to, it's Libra is what we're trying to find a balance with, or we're leaving behind, is always doing things for everybody else and needing to find this boundary of how do I stand up for myself? How do I initiate what I want to do? So we have this eclipse coming up, and with that eclipse, we're also navigating, I'm calling it the Pisces puddle. Like this is a lot of watery energy. Pisces is water that has no boundaries. It just flows over the cup. It's love and intuition and feelings, and it's wanting to merge and blend with others and to dissolve boundaries. Now, we've just had Venus move into this. I encourage you to go back and listen to that video on that for your rising sign. I also have released a video on Mercury. Mercury that's just has entered into Aries. The reason that Mercury in Aries is so important at this time is because it's going to spend a really long time here. Mercury in Aries is going to be moving forward. Mercury, thoughts and ideas and communication in the sign of Aries, you, the warrior, initiating. So we know that this is you communicating. It's going to go across your North Node and Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So we look in the chart and say, where have you been wounded in this lifetime by other people's words, and how has it hurt you? And so that's what this transit is about. That can be from when you were a child, it can be from your children, it can be from your parents, it can be from a boss. But as Mercury goes through Aries, it's you identifying what your wounds are. Then on April 2nd, Mercury is going to station retrograde. I'll have a separate video coming out for that in a couple of weeks. That will be a chance where it's going to go back over with an opportunity to say, I identify the wound, and now I want to work on healing, and what is the gift that I can receive from this? A lot of times we have to stand back and pause for a moment and look at ourselves from a distance to say, this happened to me. It doesn't define who I am. It showed me, it actually revealed a lot about other people. And so this will be an opportunity for you to access those memories, go back and work on healing of yourself and looking for what is the gift that I'm going to receive from this. And so, yeah, Mercury's a part of this story with the eclipses. I want to share like one more thing before I dive into the charts. And Lady Anne, beings, no one said hello to me. I am saying hello to you, Lady Anne. How are you? And to sign up, you hit the little QR code, or you use the PayPal, and you need your date, your time, your location. But Lady Anne, I'm appreciating everybody being here tonight. I'm excited for everybody to join me. As we move forward, I want to make sure that I get this in. As we move forward, we are now entering into the eclipse energy, the first 2 weeks of the month. So we've got a couple more days, but I'm sure you're starting to feel it. The first half of the month was like joyful and pleasant, and now we're like starting to feel the angst, feel the energy, feel the strife of change is coming. The eclipses push for quick, hard, and fast change. And so it's moving you in a direction. The only way I can describe it is if I'm running, literally I'm running and my arms are full. And then I need to run down the hill and still keep my balance. I was wondering, like literally last night, I was thinking, wow, the eclipse season is being so gentle and kind to me. I can see where it is kind of in my chart, and I feel this because, you know, as an astrologer, like I definitely look at my chart, but sometimes the eclipses, like we throw in Uranus, and it's always shocking, surprising, and didn't see that coming. And as a Virgo rising, I'm always trying to look at things from every different angle to prepare myself, and thought I had everything under control. And then, of course, last night, it was just, I don't know, are we allowed to say a shit show? But, like, that's really, like, where everything opened up. It's like everything opened up and I'm like, I see it now. This is what's going to be going on. So I'm encouraging everybody to schedule as lightly as possible. That way you can flow with the things that come at you. There will be this last minute magic, and there will be major changes of things being removed from your life and new being brought in. The first eclipse on the 25th is going to be in the sign of Libra, and it will be releasing and letting go, something that'll have to do with like partnership, friendship, depending on the house that it is in for you. And I do have a video for that. And then, I'm encouraging you, don't charge your water, don't charge your crystals. The energy is chaotic. From this point on, we do not set our intentions. We sit back in the boat and we flow with wherever the energy takes us. If we are trying to fight the current, it's kind of like a riptide that pulls you back out. You have to like learn to go alongside of it, or let it take you where it's going to take you. It's about ragdolling and like surrendering and saying, all right, I get it. This is where I need to go. I need to embrace this change. So all of these great things are happening. Also, let's see. I have, oh, good Lord. Hold on. There we go. I put out there that I am going to have, I'm going to have my own, you know, that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction that's going to be coming up. It's like this, it's going to be amazing for everybody. And I think my video for it is not going to come out until this Friday. I believe it'll be out Friday. Friday or next week. It's the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. Along with that, it's going to be sitting right on top of my North Node, my direction, and my moon. And so I am kind of opening up myself a little bit, pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. I did post I posted in the comment section on my regular YouTube page, that on the community section, that if there are any off-topic questions or comments that you have, please put them on there, because I'm going to create a separate video addressing all of those things. And some people have asked, like, who have I studied under, books that I would recommend, any of those topics. I'm not putting anything off limits for right now, and excited to be connecting with you on more of a personal level, so you know who I am, and so we can connect and understand each other a little bit better. All right. Yay, Brandon Tate, you have made it. And Shiny Gems, so glad you're here. And oh, I see I see all the date and the time. All right. So I am going to start off with Brandon. I think that you are first in the queue. So let me pull yours up. Let's see here. All right, hold on. I'm so sorry. There we go. Bye, wheel. There. All right, Brandon. I got your message earlier that you were talking about a lot of big changes that are going on in your home and with your work. And so we can look at the chart and know that, all right, Pluto is in your first house. Pluto in your first house is really grounding you with all of this air. It's really transforming who you are. It's going to be going across your Jupiter. Look, Pluto's going to be here for 20 years. This is basically molding you into the person who like you're going to grow into, evolve into. What are you, like 30? You're 30, 31. Okay, so this is going to be your next third of your life of making a difference and identifying what do you need to do to do that. You talked about in your notes about things that were going on at home. Yeah, you have this Jupiter conjunct Uranus. It will happen in your fourth house of home. It will, Uranus rules over who you are. And so this is linked to your identity, creating something that has to do with your home. Taurus is the stable, the reliable, and Jupiter rules over your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, where you're supposed to be going, who you're supposed to be networking with. It is also going to be activating your north node. You are supposed to be kind of like busting out of the outdated model of well, I'm going to say something for like work and something for home, like finding this balance between work and home. And there's going to be, there's always a gift that comes from the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. If there's anything that's negative, Jupiter always like softens it a little bit. And I like this because it's in a beautiful trine with your 8th house of shared resources. And so this is saying that whatever's going on, that you and your partner, whether it be business partner, significant other, client, somebody that you are in like the 8th house is who you share resources with. So this can be family members if you share like home or taxes or debt, or business partner, or your life partner. This is a Jupiter trine Jupiter, so that I absolutely love. The 8th house is also the house of psychological healing, and it is your resources combined with everybody else's. This will have to do with, yeah, definitely your sun and your Mercury, how you're going to communicate this. Let me see what else. Let me back this up. The eclipses. The eclipses are like gearing up for your third house. The third house has to do with how you are communicating, science, technology, a car, a computer. It can literally bring these things to you, or the need to update these things, or the desire to use technology to be better at what you are doing. Your south node is releasing something that has to, it's like sitting on top of your Venus. And Venus is love, money. Let's see. The first eclipse on the 25th is going to happen in your 9th house of, I need to let go of or finish a class, a workshop, studying abroad. The 9th house is publishing, so this could be that whatever you're working on, you can finally launch it, publish it, get it out there, or finish it, release it. The south node is finding a balance between like your past and your future, and then the next eclipse will be focused on you taking the initiatory steps of how do I how do I ground this in? Hold on. Let's take a look. Okay, the Pisces energy, I'm going to talk on that for just a second also, because this is a lot. It's in your second house of cash and resources, money, property, things that make you feel good or make you feel secure. Having Pisces here, Pisces is watery and you cannot control it. And Neptune blurs the lines. This means that I have it one moment and then literally it's gone. I have this extra money and then it flows. It's like literally gone. Pisces dissolves, or Neptune dissolves things. And so this is dissolving, dissolving resources, dissolving cash, dissolving all those things that have to do with your second house. Now Saturn is saying get a handle on it. Make sure that you're having these healthy boundaries with your money, your cash, your resources, in order for you to feel secure with where you're going, so that money just doesn't flow out all the time. This, let's see. All right. All right. I'm hoping that all of this makes sense, Brandon. Seeing if anything else pops out. Venus has just entered into your second house, so that does bring money in. So like money flow should be happening, but you got to be careful because Neptune just literally, wherever we have Neptune, think of Neptune as like drunk or high, and it like literally dissolves and blends things, and so it doesn't always it doesn't keep track of things, and that's what Saturn's job is. I love that Saturn is here because Saturn is going to help you. Saturn is the planet with the rings around it. That means we have to build a solid foundation, and you have to have these long-term goals, not a goal of 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Like, what are the long-term goals? And Saturn goes through each of the houses and says, I'm going to work on this house for about 3 years in order to make things solid and stable for you. And so this is you getting a handle on your personal finances, and so that you have that disposable income, so that you have the opportunity to do with it with what you want. All right, Brandon, thank you. All right, and let me pull up the next person. So thank you for trusting me, Brandon. I greatly appreciate you being here. Oh, shiny gems. Shiny gems. Like, let's see. Let me do a bi wheel because I really need to see truly what's going on here. Oh, okay. So your Scorpio is going to be here. Yeah. A lot of stuff is okay. The stuff coming back up with the mother. Look, that is that. That's the Chiron. I totally get this. Oh. Okay. First off, let me say that I'm sorry, and I'm not going to read it out. I'm just going to say that so everybody on here understands that it's difficult. I'm going to explain to you why this is difficult and why this is an opportunity for you to deal with this, and then how this transition is going to play out. All right, so this is the house that we're going to look at. Mercury is types of communication. This is in trine to your moon, meaning it's time. A trine is ease and grace and opening things up. It's like energy is flowing. And so Mercury is the way that other people have communicated and the way that you're going to communicate. Aries is the warrior. So I want you to imagine that you are with sword, with shield, ready to launch forward, ready to do what you need to do. Mercury is going to move across your north node, you knowing I have to be focused on my wants, my needs, my desires, and what do I want in a partner? What do I want in friendship? What do I want in clients and significant others? What do I need to release of the old me, moving forward with that? Now Mercury is then going to cross over Chiron. Now when Mercury comes into conjunction, because you're just building up. Like, this is literally the precursor of things. I would like to say that you're done, but no, this is the beginnings of. Chiron is our wound, and this is the wound that has to do with you, Aries, and it has to do with words about you. And then this is you saying, like, even the moon is there, like your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, your gut, your, like, all of this, and you being taken back to when the wound happened. And this is not like a one-shot deal. Mercury and the Chiron and the nodal conjunction is about from the past, when I was younger, with people who said things to me. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be not validating you. It opposes who you are, meaning you have to step into your divinity and say, I need to heal from this. Why would I have picked such a difficult lesson? Why would I have chosen this family? What have I learned from this? I'm reminded each time that I have hardship, and I'm not comparing mine to yours. I'm just letting you know that I've had some things happen in my life, and I'm older, and I'm able to, like, when the bandage comes off, it's a discovery of, oh my gosh, another layer. I thought I was healed from this. I thought I was ready to move on. And then the eclipses come around and say, yeah, good luck, girlfriend. No, you're not. We're just ready to reveal another layer, because now you've got enough distance to be able to stand back and say, how do I heal from this? What is the lesson, or what is going to be the gift? Okay, the gift is, part of it is, you're not going to be like that. It makes you kind, it makes you compassionate, it makes you giving, it makes you understand gaslighting in all different forms from all other people. And then you take this and you use this in your 7th house of partnership. Business partners, significant others, clients, one-on-one friendships. You are like a lighthouse. Where we have a wound, we become a lighthouse for other people who share a similar wound, and they're kind of drawn to us like a moth because they know that we get it. And so this is going to be an opportunity, like you're ramping up, and this is going to take you to April 2nd. And then on April 2nd, you're now going to say, okay, I have everything, and now I want to go back over it. Now I have some space, and I want to backtrack over this and move forward with a healthier version of who I am. The eclipse is really going to, the first one, the 25th, is going to have, this is going to be a let go. I don't know if you'll be burning notes, burning letters, burning these things. I know that it squares your home. So this could be like a literal burning party, or like a literal bonfire of getting rid of. And I always imagine that the ashes are like going into the sun, and it's being taken care of and being removed and cleansing myself. I don't know exactly what you will do with it, but this will be squaring your home, meaning this is uncomfortable with what is going on at home. I know that you will be getting some company, and this company, they are very comfortable with, they're comfortable with trauma and death, because Scorpio energy, and you have Pluto and the South Node conjunct your Saturn. Like you are comfortable with this also, but there comes a point in time when you say, I can only do so much on my own, and I would like somebody to lean on. I would like somebody who gets it. I would like to share my space with somebody who understands me. And so this will be an opportunity to be vulnerable and decide, what are you willing to share and open up about yourself in order to cleanse that area and heal it. And I am just so sorry. Know that like Saturn is here, and Mars is going to be coming up to Saturn. As Mars moves closer to Saturn, Mars is going to be activated. You're going to be having a Mars return. So, hallelujah for that. That's starting a new 2-year cycle of you taking care of yourself. The 6th house is you nurturing and making sure that you put your needs above everybody else's, because you have been the caretaker. You have been like the one who just takes care of everybody. So, a new Mars cycle is okay. I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward and start a cycle where my mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being will take center stage. And if that's through medication or counseling or the Akashic records or tapping into like tapping or yoga or sewing or art or music, whatever it is that you need to do for you, and finding a balance between your home and your work. So, I'm so, it's scary. I know. You know what? First off, I need to say again, I really appreciate you sharing your chart, because when somebody gives their birth information, you don't realize that you are opening up your heart and your soul and saying, tell me about my destiny and tell me about my past and show me how I can take this difficulty and turn it into a life lesson. And if you're willing to do that, then that's the blessing that comes from it. All right, so I do want to let you know, as we move forward, Jupiter is going to conjunct Uranus, and it's going to be like in your 8th house. This is like bringing the blessings of money and resources coming to you. So you needing to create your own life. And again, I am so sorry. Yeah, and if you really wanted to look at this, your natal chart is literally, it's a timing chart of your parents and what was going on in their life at the time that you were born. And we can look at what was going on with your mother here and your father here and the differences that they had. And so instead of looking at it like that, I choose to say they chose to have you. You chose to work with this energy. Take it and run with it. Say that this has traumatized me enough, and I need to move on. I need to not like heal me, and I want to connect with other people. I want to connect with other heartfelt souls. I want to find my tribe. All right, I would love to look at it like that. Yeah. All right. I'm sending you a heartfelt hug, and thank you, shiny gems. I am holding space for you as you navigate this, knowing that we are ramping up during the eclipse season, and so there will be, huge endings, huge beginnings, and that your partner or this friend has decided to join you right smack dab in the middle of eclipses cannot be by accident. I'm embracing that for you. All right. So thank you. All right. So let me move forward to the next person that I have. All right. So, I don't know how to say the name, but I'm going to, is it Baja Vibe? Hoping. I don't want to slaughter the name. So let me pull up your information. All right. September 28th. All right. Good thing. Okay. Making sure I have everything. Okay. Place. Let's see if it'll take it. Hopefully I have everything right. Yep. Is that right? Alrighty. Alright, so let's take a look. Okay, so there's no questions, so that gives me free reign to talk about the things that I do see. And so first off, I want to say thank you. So, a few things that I notice. I always look for like clusters, and so we know that the eclipses are going through your second house and your eighth house. But before I talk about those clusters, I also want to talk about you have Neptune at 0, which means 0 and 29 are anaretic degrees. 0, never done this, and it's all new, it's all beginning. And I always say it's kind of like a Dalmatian puppy with a toy. You know how you throw the ball and the puppy goes after it, and they're kind of like doppy, and they fall all over the place, and they just struggle to get there. They knock over the water bowl. That's Neptune in Sagittarius in your fourth house of home. You trying to say, what is home? Belief, big open spaces. This is really what I want to do. And then you also have Pluto. Pluto at 29 degrees in your first house of self. Pluto can be a trauma signature. Now, knowing that it's at 29 degrees, I like to think of it as like a final exam lifetime. You've already done a lot of these things before that have to do with yourself, and now in this lifetime you just have to get it right. And so as a Virgo rising, structured, detailed, organized, probably a little OCD. Okay, I'm saying this with love and kindness because I'm a Virgo rising also. So know that whenever I say anything, I usually saying it from experience of wanting order, wanting a plan. And so knowing that, if people knew that about you, that would be beneficial. All right, what else? Okay, I want to talk about this. This is a lot of Libra energy. You have your sun in Libra, meaning you're a good negotiator, probably a good judge, good counselor, the person who people come to, or you want to be the person that they come to help them sort their things out. You also have Venus. Venus in Libra makes you naturally beautiful and brings in money. Money with beauty, money with those resources, and Uranus. So Venus-Uranus conjunction. Shock, surprise, think outside the box, a stroke of genius. I absolutely love this. This is connected to your north and south node. Can we just talk about all of, okay, in the chart, blue are ease and grace, and red are difficulty. And I want to show you that you have this opposition here of your north node, the direction in which you're supposed to be going, the south node of what you leave behind. And then straight through the middle of it, we have all these opportunities to help you work through it. So if you're comfortable, I'm going to talk about past lives. If you don't think of it as past lives, you can think of it as passed down from one grandparent to a parent to you, and think of it as like generational or in your genes. Like, I get my green eyes from so and so, like passed down. So if not, I'm going to talk about past lives. Your south node represents what happened to you in a past life and where things did not go well. Having a south node in Leo usually means that you were royalty. You were royalty, and you were used to having your word be listened to. Like, everybody heard you, they listened to you, they followed everything that you said and you did, and your demise came at a huge shock. It had to do with 12th house themes. The 12th house represents prison, hospitalization, being kept away from other people. So what happens is in this lifetime, we go through similar themes, and until we recognize it and we can work through it. So in this lifetime, I also want to look at your sun. Your sun is in Libra. You want to be the one that people come to help negotiate some things. But they don't always value and appreciate everything that you say and that you do. And in this lifetime, you are to be heard, but how should you be heard? So we look, because it could mean that, like, there were selfish times when you were in a past lifetime. I mean, if somebody's a king, nobody ever says no to them. And so they don't really understand what's really going on out there. And so in a past lifetime, your word was golden. You were the authority figure. You were the king. And there was some kind of imprisonment that happened where it ended. So then I say, well, what opposed you also? Well, Mars is some kind of a warrior. Like, this is somebody that you knew who totally upstaged, who totally, like, they caused part of your demise. Like, your own people rose up and brought you down. So, how do we work with this in this lifetime? Well, I look to my North Node. Your North Node is in the sign of Aquarius. You speaking up, but you having to speak up for others in this lifetime. You being part of the whole, but being separate. Aquarius is the hive mind. It's where we go and protest. It's where we stand up for others that are less fortunate, that cannot take care of themselves, or that need the support of. And this is in your 6th house of your daily habits. Are you taking care of your mental health, your physical, your spiritual, your psychological? Are you seeking guidance? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And so I want to show you that in your 2nd house, the sun that rules over your south node and Aquarius or Uranus that rules over your north node are both there. They want to work together in this lifetime, saying, look, we have to use science, we have to use technology, we have to think outside the box, we have to be creative. It has to be a we in this lifetime. It cannot be a just me speaking up for me, like, look at me and see what I can do. That's where it went wrong. So in this lifetime, you are standing up for others. You are making sure that there's a balance between work and home, and that people are, the 6th house is, how can I be of service to other people, but I have to take care of myself first. And so that's where you're going to learn the balance between your south node and your north node. Leo, you, me, and then how do I take care of myself and not get lost in that and still take care of others? I'm hoping that this makes sense, because yeah, it is in it's in your health sector, your mental health, your physical health, and if you do not take care of yourself, your mental health will you'll struggle with it, with depression, anxiety, mental health, physical health, your spiritual health. It's the north node in the 6th house means I need to think outside the box in order to take care of myself on a daily basis, and I want change. I want things to be different. It's not just, oh, I go to the doctor and I want a pill. No, I want to know what is causing this problem, and I want alternative suggestions of how I can do this, how I can take care of myself, so that I can then share it with others and be of service to others. I do want to bring in, I'm going to share the chart, because I'm going to transition out of this just for a hot second so I can bring up where things are right now with you. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Mother. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, so if you look at the chart again, fudge, it's backwards. Hold on. I think I can swap it. There we go. Now I have it right. All right. Oh, good. I'm so glad that this makes total sense to you. Okay. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this and where things are going. Your north node. Do you see this? This is the cluster of the north node, the direction in which you're supposed to be going. You are having a Chiron return, a Chiron conjunction of, like, remember what I said about Mercury? Mercury is thoughts and ideas, and it's the way people say things and do things. So these are not your words. They will be in the end. But Mercury is going to conjunct the north node, you moving forward, identifying with your past and your wound. Where have people said or done things to you that have hurt your, like, the 2nd house is, what do I need in order to feel secure? People have said some mean things to you, like your sun is here, your Venus is here. They've said things about the way that you look, the way that you act, your property, your resources, things that you own, things that you value. They have made fun of these things, yeah, and I'm sorry about that. So as Mercury goes through your chart, you're going to be identifying this, because the 8th house represents deep psychological. You having these deep psychological wounds from these things that have happened way in the past. And then how does this reflect on you? How do you feel about this? How do you heal from this? And so Aries, the warrior. Think about the samurai sword and the shield and saying, okay, I've identified that these things were said and these are the people that said them and this is what happened. And now I have to stand back and say, I am older, I'm more mature, I'm wiser. How can I look for the gift that comes from this? How can I heal from this so I don't continue to carry this wound with me? The South Node in the 12th house is deep. It's the 12th house is, it's all about trauma. It's usually about past trauma that has happened from past lives, or it's about your dreams, self-sabotage, hidden enemies, people that you didn't see, people that you didn't like know were there, and it's about you taking the deep journey, going within in order to do that spiritual journey, connect with whatever your divine is. God, Yahweh, Allah, Buddha, the angels are here, the Akashic records are here, you sitting and meditating and saying, I have to heal myself. And the trauma has been caused by the words that have been used against you. And this will be a revelation in order to reveal and heal. You are having a Mars return. I love this because this means it's a brand new 2-year cycle. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trauma from the Aries father. Oh, and abandonment as a baby. I am so sorry because that makes so much sense. Yeah, Uranus is like this, and Pluto in the first house means trauma that has to do with you. And that, okay, so knowing this, and again, I am so sorry about it. It makes a lot more sense. Pluto in your first house and South Node Leo. Leo is hear me, see me. I want to be seen. Why am I not seen in this lifetime? I was seen in another lifetime. And Pluto in the first house is trauma that has to do with you and you taking it internally. And the father being Aries, I am so sorry about that. If you are able to identify where the pain comes from, you are able to then take a step back and say, now how can I heal from this? How can I move forward with this? How do I look at this as a gift? It takes a long time. Sometimes, okay, so you have Mars in your 6th house. So this might mean I want to do a past life regression. I want to understand why I keep repeating this. If you're still repeating it, or if you are now able to move on from this could be a counselor, a mentor, a guide. This could mean yoga, meditation, a chiropractor. It means I need to look for alternative health and healing ways that can come to me. What's going to help will be, I believe it's April 20th. You're going to have a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So, okay, one last thing. You're going to have this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that's going to be in your 9th house. This is where the gifts are going to come from. You're pushing through this hard time in your life, and that Mars, starting a brand new 2-year cycle of, I'm going to put my health to the forefront. My health, my well-being, my everything. I need to take care of me. And Jupiter and Uranus in your 9th house is gearing you up for traveling or publishing or studying or diving into a religion or spirituality, taking a class, taking a workshop, being the teacher, sharing your wisdom. Jupiter is then going to move into your 10th house of career, and it's going to be an opportunity to say, okay, I need to move on from this so I can focus on my career, my job, my reputation. All right, so let me look in the comments. You're opening up a retreat center. You're following your North Node. Holy mackerel, this makes perfect sense for you. I'm so glad. Look, I am just so glad for you. This makes perfect sense. So as you work through this will bring you in contact to the South Node in your 12th house means you already have access to angels, guides, ancestors, doing the shamanic work, doing all that work, the hospitals, all of that. And now is going to be the opportunity to say, I want to be of service to other people, and how can I help you? So thank you. Thank you for trusting me. And I I would love to know. Like, I'm excited about wherever this retreat center is. I don't know if you're the one who wrote. Somebody emailed me and told me about starting a retreat center, and I said, "Hey, let me know where it's at," because as I travel, I do travel like 6 months out of the year, and then for longer distance, and then short distance, the other 6 months, I have like a home base. So I would love to visit it. I would love to connect with you because this is beautiful energy. So thank you for thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right. So let me see. Next in the queue, Rebecca. Rebecca. And you are very, very welcome. All right, Rebecca, let me pull up your chart. Let's see here. I appreciate everybody being here and waiting patiently. Rebecca Marshall. All right. Oh, you're an August baby. So am I. August 9th. Oh, but you are way younger than me. All right. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Mother of... Sorry. Yep. There we go. And Brandywine. Okay. Balancing. This will be yours. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's talk. I see it. I'm not going to read your note out loud. Okay, so this is bringing up Brandywine, Maryland. There we go. All right, so Rebecca, first off, thank you for trusting me. And let's take a look as, like, I make sure that I cut out, like, the other information. All right, so first thing I notice, you are a Leo rising and a Leo sun. And your wound is in Leo, yourself, your Chiron, and Mercury. That's a lot. Anytime that you have three or more things going on in a house, they consider it a stellium, an area to be like an area of interest. You have a square to your moon. Okay, hold on. Let me do a quick look around here. All right, I'm going to back out of this and I'm going to start from your south node. Because I think so I'm an evolutionary astrologer and a Western. So meaning I believe that if we take a look at the past, we can identify the mistakes or the themes that will repeat themselves, and the natal chart gives us where we were, and it gives us an opportunity to grow and move forward from those lessons. So if I look at your south node is in the sign of Gemini in your 11th house. And so this is where some things went wrong. Gemini represents, like, usually twins, two people. It's communication, it's travel, and it's in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your goals, your who you networked with, and it did not go well with you. You joined you networked with the wrong people. You chose the wrong goals. You didn't think them through. We look to the ruler of it, and it's Mercury. It's Mercury in your first house. So we know that this has everything to do with you, a reflection of you, and the difficulties that come from this. There are no squares to it. Hold on, 9 degrees. All right, but your north node. So let's look at, like, how can I move on past this? Your north node is in your 5th house. The 5th house represents children, or affairs or art or music or creativity. Sagittarius is the sign that sees the bigger picture, the faith, the hope, the belief, and it's ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is in your third house of communication in the sign of Libra. So this is cousins and siblings and neighbors. And so in a past lifetime, things were like you chose the wrong goals. You chose the wrong people to align yourself with, and they led you astray. They told you something that it was not accurate. You tried to back it up. You tried to you tried to get all the information, and in this lifetime you're supposed to be moving towards you and your artistic talent and the creative side of taking a risk, but taking a risk on things that you want to do. Let's see. I want to talk just a smidgen about, I want to talk about your Chiron. If you think back, because I think that that's still part of this whole picture of who you are. Okay, I'd have to figure out the age, but Chiron is the wound, and at or about the age of 26. So think back 25, 26, 27. There were some choices that you made that created the wound that you will work on in this lifetime. It opposes Saturn in your 7th house. It had something to do with partnership, and this will continue to have something to do with partnership. You being wounded, your Chiron, your 1st house, with partnership, 7th house, Aquarius. As a Leo, as not only a Leo sun, but a Leo rising, you are looking for somebody who thinks outside the box, somebody who's eclectic, somebody who's unique. But this is also the area, and I'm going to clear this off so you can see it. Saturn in the 7th house is hard. I also have Saturn in my 7th house, not in this sign. Saturn means you have to pick the right partners. This is best friends, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. The 7th house is love, contractual relationships, negotiation, cooperation. Oh, you're 30 now. Oh my gosh. So you're having your Saturn return. All of this is, oh my gosh, you got divorced at 26 after an affair with an addiction involved. Oh, the North Node. The 5th house is affairs. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Okay. This all makes sense. Yeah. 26. No, and I'm so sorry. But no, okay, so I'm going to look at this on the positive and say, okay, like, how are we going to work through this? I'm going to pull up a bi-wheel because I think you need to see everything together. Let me transition out of this because now that I have the full story of everything that's going on, everything is now, like, now we have a plan. Okay. Okay. So you've had your Saturn return. This is the planet of Saturn. You had your Saturn return. Saturn comes around and says, if you are not making the right choices, remember when I said Saturn has the rings around it? Saturn is the planet of restriction. Think of it as somebody, a boss or an authority figure who says, no, do it again. No, do it again. No, do it again. And then there's no attaboy at the end. They just expect you to do it right because it's the right thing to do. You have Saturn in your 7th house. How do you pick the right people for contracts, for love, for negotiations? How do you make sure that this is the right person in order for you to have a relationship with? You have Pluto here. Pluto says, I need to pick the right person because all these contracts, I want them to last for the next 20 years. Pluto in the 7th house is going to be manifesting for the next 20 years of, I need stability in my life here. Saturn in your 8th house is the house of alimony, debt, other people's resources that your money is tied up with. Neptune is here, so it feels like all money that you have is being like flowing. Remember, it dissolves everything. Neptune just like money is going. Like there's not a lot coming into you. Venus here is offering this opportunity for you to check, double check, triple check. What are these contracts that you are signing to make sure, like, any of these resources that you have with other people? And this could be family, if you share property. This could be exes, and this could be with child support, and this could be with business partners. In order to shore up your personal resources. I want to bring your attention to the eclipses that are happening in your 9th house. Your focus is supposed to be on you. As a Leo rising, this is trine. This is trining everything that's going on with you. This is an opportunity for the eclipses are saying, Rebecca, you need to be focused on school and travel. The 9th house is foreign people, places, and things. And I think I read where, okay, there's somebody else that's from afar and coming here. Depending on when they're coming, I would encourage you to make sure that you have all your facts straight. Make sure that your resources are in order and are protected. The North Node in the 9th house could mean you could be traveling. The North Node means the direction I'm supposed to be going. In the 9th house is I need to finish that class. I need to have that work published. It's also the house of legal matters, and it's trining who you are, and it's also trining your personal North Node. Like you are trying to fix the mistakes that you made. I'm encouraging you, don't jump into anything without looking first. It's having faith and hope and belief, but wanting to back it up first. Let's talk about Mercury here. Mercury is going to go across your 9th house, and it's taking a class again, thinking twice about foreign people, places, and things, these cross-cultural experiences, literally thinking twice. And it's about contracts and negotiations and travel. And when Mercury is in the house of travel, that means there can be hiccups, there can be misunderstandings. Then it's going to come into conjunction with your North Node and your Chiron, your wound. Where have you been wounded before with words that have, people that have said things that have squashed you, opposed things that have happened to you, or said or done things like that devalued who you are. Now, this is May 25th. We'll have a, I'm gonna back out of this because I want you to follow me here. May 25th, we'll have you have an eclipse that will have people, places, and things that will be leaving your life. This could be neighbors, siblings, cousins, endings. They need to be these endings. Jupiter is here offering that these endings are not going to be for the bad. And some of them, they could be people moving. It's not always like a bad thing. It's a thing that needs to happen, because if it doesn't, you won't be pushed outside of your comfort zone. I need to read it. He's visiting in April. Okay, so it's spot on. They tried to make me feel small. Right. I'm so sorry about that. Other people, not my, I so understand that, not your current partner. Okay, so knowing this, going into a relationship with somebody that, and look, we're all working on healing. We all are at various stages of healing. This is a huge opportunity for Mercury to go, to be conjunct with your North Node, to say, as I move into this new relationship, I have to identify where have I been wounded before, and what is the lesson or the gift that comes from this? How do I move forward from this? How do I heal from this? It's going to trine your North Node, and it's going to sextile your South Node of a repeating pattern from the past, and picking the right goals, picking like what you should be doing. I love the The North Node in the fifth house is usually about children or childlike activities and creativity, and you having to focus on, or wanting that, or desiring, needing to focus on. Okay, so I want my own home, so balancing. Okay, I get that. I so get that. I want to talk about the Jupiter Uranus conjunction also. As all of this is going on. So know that things are going to be speeding up. We remember how I said I felt like I was running down a hill, and I'm like picking up other things and trying not to trip or fall. And that's what this time period's going to do. It's totally going to reveal where you have where the universe is going to remove people. I try to explain it as you had 100 channels because you had Dish Network, and the eclipse happens and it literally knocks out all the electricity in your house. And so when the electricity goes back on, you have 3 channels and you have a refrigerator and a microwave, and now you have to make do with what you've got. So the universe says you had too many choices. I'm going to narrow these choices, so I'm going to take these people, places, and things out of your life, away, gone. And Jupiter here is going to offer, Jupiter's the great benefic. And so ruled by, like, all of this is ruled by Venus over here. Venus is in your 12th house, your dreams, your intuition. And Venus is just now moving into your 8th house of contractual agreements that you've signed with others. And so if this, you said that this person is going to be coming to you, learn from your lessons and say, how do I protect myself? And then Libra, how do I also protect them as I move forward with my best and highest good? Because no matter what, there's me and there's my husband, and I'm on my path and he's on his, and I cannot ignore his. I have to say, okay, we're integrated here, but we are both independent here. Nobody completes you, they complement you. And so what are you doing to secure what you're doing moving forward with your life direction? I love that you're going to have your Jupiter Uranus conjunction at the top of your chart. This is your career. This is your ambitions, your reputation, awards, honors, you getting paid for what you do. Like, I don't know, like, what your job situation is, but Jupiter rules over, hold on, Jupiter, where is Jupiter? Not only Pisces, but here's Jupiter in your 5th house. And then Uranus rules over partnership. So this is, I want to be in a partnership. I want to have healthy communication with clients, with best friends, with significant others. I want to be recognized for my career, my public life, as an authority figure. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Currently 9-to-5 office, but not entirely happy with it. Okay, I totally understand that. Oh, he's a Libra. Okay, knowing that he's a Libra, and we're not going to creep on him, but like, we can see him in your chart because, okay, I'm going to tell you how we can see people in your chart. Your first relationship is always your 7th house. And so since you were in another partnership before, that's who your first partner was. The second partner is your 9th house. And you got an eclipse going on here. So this eclipse is literally bringing into alignment people, places, and things. So I'm excited. Oh, and your ex-husband was a Virgo. Oh, you got married. Oh, jeez. Oh, I totally understand that. Married at 29, going on 20. You know what? Yeah. So, okay, so instead of looking at this as a difficulty, say, and what did I learn? That was a starter husband. That was a starter marriage. And you are learning through this what you really want to move forward with the next chapter of your life. When people make big decisions in their life, it's generally when they have their Saturn return, and yours is in your 7th house, and this is, I need to pick solid, stable, reliable people and keep them in my life. And I need to, like, Saturn is the mountain. I don't want, I call them tissue paper friends. I don't have time in my life for that, because when I give my time to my friends, my time is my best asset. Like that's what I have to give, like something that is heartfelt. And so for you, it's in your partnership sector. That is the best that you have to give. And so knowing that, you have to pick who will appreciate your best that you have to give. All right. All right. Rebecca, I'm hoping that this all makes sense to you. All right. And Desiree, hello. I'm super excited that you are here. All right. So, let's see. Let me look for one more. Okay, so let me pull up the next person. Um, all right. And thank you. Thank you again, Rebecca. All right. Okay. Let me transition out of here and pull up the next chart. I greatly appreciate all of you being here, trusting me. And Bridget, thank you for waiting, Bridget. Ramsey, make sure I have everything right. And where is the birth information? Oh, I got it. 6. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a Virgo rising, so I always check, double check, and triple check, because nothing is worse than getting somebody's information wrong. And I would be mortified. You know, you hate to make mistakes, and I know people forgive mistakes, but all right. All right, I got you, Bridget. Let's take a look. What impact? The eclipse cycle. Oh, you're on a 30-day break. Oh, I'm sorry, 30-day break. Okay. Let's talk about this, Bridget. All right, Bridget. Okay, so when I first look at your chart, okay, this is a huge stellium. There's a lot of Cancer energy. Know that you are a Sun Cancer at 0 degrees, meaning you have never done this before. You're just trying to learn and negotiate this. You're like trying to navigate where is your life. And you are ruled by the moon. If people knew this about you, they would know that, look, I love Cancer energy. Cancer is every 2 days. Your feelings and your emotions change. They change with the tide. They change with the moon phases. And you can't help it. That's who you are. Your focus is on nurturing and caring for home. And like, think of yourself as the little crab. And you're on the beach, and I ask you to make a decision. And the tide comes in, and you're thinking about it. And then you have to look at it from this side. And then you have to like let the tide go in and out, because it's not wanting to be pushed to make a decision. You have this beautiful stellium in your 10th house. You have the sun, which represents who you are, your soul, your expression, and nurturing and caring, and things that your career, your life path, how you want to be known, your reputation, being caring, nurturing, something that has to do with home or family or traditions. Because Cancer, they're huge on traditions. Like, look, I love to be around a Cancer because they can usually cook, they take care of things. Like, that's not a fun thing for me. And so they make you feel comfortable. They want to nurture you. You also have your Mercury here, meaning you probably have a beautiful way with words. And you have Saturn here. Saturn is, I need to have some healthy boundaries. I need to have some stability here, because it's corralling the water. It's putting a healthy boundary on the water. Mars is where Mars does not do as well in Cancer. I have Mars in Cancer also. And so it's how do I initiate fire through water? All right, so knowing that all about you, this also opposes your wound. There was something that happened at or around the age of 24. So like think 23, 24, 25, something that happened like in the home or upset the home, or that set up your wound that you'll be working on for the rest of your life. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about your South Node, because I think if you understand your past, you will understand what's going on in your life right now. We look to your South Node, and your South Node is in Scorpio, meaning when you have a wound, it is on your heart, on your soul, and like it's remembering it forever. It's in a past. You lost everything. The second house is your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources. Having your South Node in the second house in the sign of Scorpio, you were devastated. You lost everything. You had a lot. We look at what was the energy that went along with it. Mars, that has to do with your career. You lost your career, your job, your legacy, like who you as that everybody knew. And we look at Pluto in your third house of communication and travel. Nobody believed you, like everything, like it was rough, it was difficult. Anybody who has a South Node in Pisces is bringing in past life trauma into this life, and how do I work through it, because I feel like I'm reliving certain things. It's kind of like deja vu. Like, haven't I learned this lesson before? I don't get it. Like, why do I have to repeat this again? Then I look to it and say, I want to understand how to work through this. Oh, this squares your moon. Okay, I'm going to back up for just a second, because a square is a skip step or a missed step. Your South Node, being in the sign of Scorpio, is squaring moon in Leo. That means that there was a female, generally, not being sexist, but just putting it out there. This could be mother, grandmother, or feminine energy from a past life, and then it can be again in this lifetime, who blocked your 11th house, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, literally stole your thunder, stole things from you, took things from you. Leo, they were seen as the authority figure. Everybody listened to them and they didn't believe you. And so that's a square. A square is a skip step, and that you just don't have regular lessons in this lifetime. You've decided to double up on some of them to move forward faster. And then I say, well, how can Bridget move forward with this? The solution is North Node in Taurus in the 8th house. You have to be very Taurus-like, solid, stable, reliable with your cash, your money, your property, your resources, where you combine these things with other people. This can be with family, meaning we share resources that have to do with like we own property or a house together, or debt or wills. It can be exes, alimony, child support. This can be business partners or significant others. Bridget, I have to take care of myself. I have to work through this. I have to make sure that I'm looking for my hopes, my dreams, my goals. I have to use my intuition. The moon represents your gut instinct, your intuition, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Remember, your sun is in the sign of Cancer, and then Cancer is ruled by the moon, and so your focus should be on your career, your job, your legacy, and anybody that you partner up with, you should have healthy contracts, healthy negotiation. The 8th house is the house of deep psychological trauma and healing. I want to have a connection, meaning you. I want to have a deep, committed connection with somebody that I can share things with on an intimate level, and that we know each other inside and out, and I'm not afraid to share these things with you. And I need to be stable. Taurus is the bull. Don't ask me to get up and move. I like my home. I like stability. I don't want to have to move. All right, so let me take a... Okay, so now let's talk about the eclipses and the partnership. Let me move past this. Good Lord. Can you hear the puppy next door barking? And all right, so let me pull up your chart in the bi-wheel. So knowing that about yourself, now we say, all right, this is where Bridget is coming from. How can Bridget move forward? Ooh, let's see here. On March 25th, coming up, the South Node is going through your first house of self, cutting away something that has to do with you. Something, a person, place, or thing is going to be removed from your life, to because you need to be seen. This is about your outlook. This is a hard one because the North Node is in your seventh house, and so the next eclipse is you focused on. Or I'm just going to say it. I'm not 100% sure where this relationship is going. Your North Node in your seventh house is you having to be focused on your needs. And the South Node in Libra is I have put somebody else's needs above my own for a very long time. And the universe for the last year has been telling me to get my act in gear. And so I'm going to have this eclipse show me people, places, and things that where I have given away my power, given away my energy, given away parts of my heart and my soul, and I have not I have not taken care of my needs. I have not put my wants, needs, and desires first. So there will be a releasing on the March 25th, and like the universe will take away people, places, and things in order for you to be seen. And then on the April 8th, you're going to have a solar eclipse in your seventh house. And this is a brand new beginning, a fresh start, a clean slate with this area of your life. Mercury is going through your seventh house. The seventh house represents love, but it's also contractual agreements, best friends, significant others, partnerships. So this can be more than just your business, your personal life partner. This can also be like business partners and friends. As Mercury is going through this house, you are literally thinking back, do I want this? Do I need this? Does this fit my agenda? The North Node is I have to focus on me. Nobody else is taking care of me. If I can't take care of myself first, then I cannot take care of anybody else. I have to be Aries, the warrior. Mercury is going to go across your North Node, where you have been wounded. Aries, you, where you have been wounded. Chiron, words, these thoughts, these ideas from when you were younger, and not validated, with partners, other partners, or with friends, or with contracts, or where you have been on the bad receiving end of negotiations where things did not come out well for you. And so as you're looking at this partnership, this is you looking at contracts, looking at negotiations, you saying, where have I been wounded? How bad does this hurt? What can I do about it? What do I want to do about it? And I need to do some serious soul searching because it's squaring your fourth house of home. This is literally squaring your wound of I want stability in my home. I want to build something that will last over a longer period of time. On April 2nd, Mercury is going to go back over this area of your life. Like you're not getting away from it until the end of April. It's going to be like totally magnified. And it can be more than just your life partner. It can be contracts also and friends. And so as Mercury goes back over it, it's going to be an opportunity for you to step back and say, where was I wounded? What were those words? Can I move past that? Can I heal past that? And what am I going to do now? What is the gift that comes from this? What is the lesson that I can learn from this? You on what is it, March? On April 20th, you're going to have a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction literally on top of your North Node. This is bringing money, resources. This is bringing in positive benefits for you. I absolutely love this. And this is going to be using Saturn to create something for stability for you. I'm going to look in the comments to make sure that all of this is making sense to you, Bridget. Hi, Chrissy. I have your money and everything, or I'm sorry, I have your birth information and everything, and I promise I will, promise you're in the queue. You are up next. And Mupsy, yeah, you are a Cancer. Yeah, just learned how to cook this year. Good for you. Oh, It will be. Okay, Bridget, I'm not super attached to the relationship. I only want to know if it's good for me. Okay, Bridget. Okay. I'm glad that this is helpful and that you appreciate this because as you move forward with this relationship, you'll know. You'll know with the words, with how you feel. The eclipses will literally remove people from your life. People, places, and things. Like I said before, it's like having 100 channels with a dish TV and the electricity goes off and it leaves you with, like, it's ruined your fridge, it's ruined everything, and you get 3 channels and a microwave. And that's what you have to work with. And so if this person is still here at the end and you are willing to put forth the energy, because remember, it's 2 of you, because the eclipses bring people into our lives. Your North Node in your 7th house is bringing partnership into your life. I don't know what their chart looks like, but I know that for the last year, you've been working on what does partnership look like for me, and you still have 6 more months to be working with this energy. So, yeah. Okay. I really appreciate it, Bridget. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. And I hope you stay in touch. I hope you stay in touch. Thank you. All right, so let me take a look at Chrissy. And thank you for waiting, Chrissy. Greatly appreciate your patience. And I double check, triple check. Newark, New Jersey. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, Chrissy. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. Let's see. You wrote, divorced and would like to know if I will find love and my life partner. Oh, you've had a really difficult last year and a half of your life. Actually, it's been a little longer than that. We're like looking on, going on a few here. All right. So as I look at your chart, you're a Scorpio rising with Uranus here. Scorpio rising, they like their privacy, they like secrets, they like to keep their private life private, and oh, they're mysterious. I absolutely love it. And if you ever want, and they're secret keepers. Okay, I love that and I respect that about them, because if you tell them a secret, they will take it to their grave. All right, so you got this beautiful water trine going on. Oh, that is a beautiful water trine. All right, so let's talk about, you do have a stellium in your 3rd house of communication, being solid, stable, reliable with that. I'm going to start with your south node to talk about like repeated patterns, and then I'll move on to like what is going on right now. If we look at your south node is in Pisces. Pisces, the ruler is Jupiter. So where did things go bad for Chrissy? This had to do with you taking a risk. In the watery sign of Pisces, you trusted, and probably an authority figure, probably somebody with work. Jupiter, it's at the top of your chart, and it did not go well. There is a square, so whenever we see a square to the nodes, they call it a skip step or a misstep, meaning in this lifetime you've said, no, let's speed some things up, and I'm going to go over a couple, like I want multiple lessons, like let's just jam it all in here. And so your south node, 5th house. The 5th house could have been that you were held back because of children. You lost everything because of an affair, whether it be yours or somebody else's, but literally you lost everything. You lost your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources. You lost everything that had to do with your career, your job, your legacy, your reputation. Like when you lost big. And then we say, well, okay, what is the solution so Chrissy does not continue to repeat this pattern? And I look to your north node. I am going to bring in Saturn, because that also is part of the story. There was an authority figure. There was Saturn is the father of time. It's about restrictions, and you were restricted when you didn't want to be. The fifth house, again, where we take risks, but it's also art, music, creativity. You were just this beautiful like butterfly who had these hearts and these feelings and these intuitions, and not valued for it, taken advantage for it, and lost everything for it. How do we move forward in this lifetime? Your North Node. Chrissy needs to focus on what are your dreams, what are your hopes, what are your goals, having a plan, having a detailed, structured plan to move forward with. That's what Saturn here in the sign of Virgo is. Saturn represents the mountain that we want to climb. Virgo is structured, organized, and detail oriented, meaning like it's notes. Like if you would look at everything here, like this is like a typical Virgo. Don't touch the piles because I know where everything is at in the piles. And where is your Mercury? And your Mercury is in your third house. How do you communicate it? Short distance travel. It's in the sign that Saturn rules, Capricorn. And so in this lifetime, you're supposed to be focused on your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and making sure that you always have a plan in order to get there. That being said, I'm going to move through this. Where's your Pluto? Okay, Pluto is a trauma signature. Everybody has a Pluto, and yours is in the sign of Libra, which is being activated right now. So, let me go back. I'm going to make a bi-wheel out of this so we can talk about where things are going right now. All right, Chrissy, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. There we go. All right. So when I put the two wheels together, I put you on the inside and I put where the transits are on the outside for you to see. So when I look at this, I say, all right, your information is on the inside. This is still Chrissy. And this is what's being activated in your life. I'm sure that your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, all of this is being activated. Like, remember when I talked about the Pisces puddle at the beginning of the video? Okay, all of this is on top of your South Node. Are you focused on meeting somebody? This is about, I want to meet somebody who connects with me on a soul level, who can work with my creativity. Meeting somebody through going out, listening to music, like going to a concert, going to anything that gets you out of the house, doing creative projects. So art, or music, or amusement parks, or concerts, or any kind of a venue. The fifth house is connecting to childlike activities and healing the inner child. Your sun in your fifth house is sitting on top of your South Node, bringing these things back up to you, wanting to have this connection to the spiritual realm. Neptune is dissolving some things. Things are feeling like a little bit blurry here of, I felt like I had this connection to this person, but really, did we? Like, what happened here? And Saturn is saying, like, look, if you want to do this, this can't be a fly-by-the-night meeting of a person. It can start off that way, but the person has to have some substance. Venus is going to bring love, and this is you wanting to have more than just like the affair or just the connection. This is also the house of children, and so if you have children, this could be connecting to your children in another way. You asked about bringing love and joy and a connection to you. I still want to talk about where the eclipses are hitting because it adds to the story of what else is going on. Your North Node and your South Node. Your South Node is activating your trauma, your wounds, your Pluto is where we have difficult pain. And yours is in the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of isolation or hospitalization. It's trauma, it's affliction, it's prisons, it's institutions. The 12th house also represents hidden support, my dreams, my angels, my guides, my my intuition, my subconscious mind. It represents other dimensions. The 12th house represents where I take the deep journey in order to transcend my inner healing and connect to my divine, connect to be at one with the universe. And your last year and a half was really difficult because you were working on you in partnership and you in connection with clients and significant others and negotiating and contracts. And now the South Node and the North Node have you focused on what are you doing to nurture and care for yourself. Because when you care for yourself, when you heal yourself, you can then find others that are healed so you don't attract somebody that is not healed or working on their wounds. And we all have wounds that we're working on at various stages of our life, but this is an opportunity for you to say, I have to focus on me, and partnership is definitely going to be happening. The North Node, so the May 25th is going to be in your 12th house. This is going to be a release of karmic, repeated karmic patterns, or repeated patterns brought down from, like something brought in from past life or brought in from grandparents to parents to you, that you can see this repeated pattern that in relationships or in home or those types of things. And the Mercury in your 6th house is going to be going across your North Node and your wounds, saying, where have I been wounded? How do I heal from these wounds? How do I identify from this? How do I take the initiative? And then as we move closer to April 20th, this is my favorite. On April 20th, Jupiter's going to conjunct Uranus in your 7th house. Jupiter is the great benefic. Okay, so let me get rid of all of these so we can tell the story. Jupiter is known as the great benefic. Uranus is shock, surprise, didn't know about that, didn't see that coming. Oh my gosh, I totally, wow, amazing. So Jupiter rules your 2nd house of self-worth, cash, property, resources, things that you value, that you keep close to you, or that you need in order to feel safe and secure. Uranus rules your 4th house of home. So this is you saying, I want a partner. Now, the 7th house is the +1 house. So this can represent a friend, significant other, a client, one-on-one relationship. This can represent a business partner, and this can also represent love, contractual agreements in that form. And so bringing these people into your life in order to build a solid home foundation on, and heal and work with cash, property, self-worth. This is like leading you up to great things that can come from you working through trust and intimacy and healing. Like literally, it's healing your wounds. It's you going through your trauma of where you have been hurt before, and how do I trust again? Because Scorpio risings, it's about consumption. It's, I want to know that I can trust you 110%. Don't keep any secrets from me. Don't even tell me a white lie. I don't even want to know a white lie. Tell me the truth. I'd rather have the raw truth. So the person that you connect with, they need to know that about you. They need to know, like, I have the South Node with Scorpio. So my children, I always told my children, just tell me the truth. I'd rather hear it from you than from somebody else. I can deal with it. I can handle it. Tell me the truth. I respect that than a lie. It's easier for me to work through that. So it's easier for you to handle that than to work through, how do I trust this person again? You are having a Uranus opposition. And so this is I don't want to say it's like a crisis of faith, or it's like, what do they call it? Like a come to Jesus moment of, where am I? What is going on? What is going on with my life? Where have I been, and where am I going forward? That's kind of like the energy that Uranus brings. I need to take responsibility for where I'm going to be moving forward. And Jupiter here with the great, like Uranus with the great benefic of Jupiter, is going to bring you these opportunities of abundance, of working through this. And it's just you being able to receive, you being able to communicate what your wants, your needs, and your desires are with partnership. So let's see, Chrissy, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Let's see. All right, I don't see any more comments from you, so I'm really hoping that this touched on all the bases. I want to make sure that like I've told the whole story of like where things have come from. And if there's not going to be anybody else, like if there's not going to be anybody else in the queue, then Chrissy will probably be my last consultation for this evening. So Chrissy, if you could just like let me know that, yep, I've got this. All right. I'm hoping that all of this makes sense. And while I wait for that to come up, I want to say thank you again for everybody for being here. Again, I am going to be having a Q&A that if you have any questions for me they can be astrology related or personally related. I did put something out in the community that if you just want to pop your question in there. I had some people asking like a training that I've had with astrology, what books, what authors that I follow, traveling, where I'm going, what's going on, and you know, all of those things. And so I am gladly, okay, I have the North Node. I'm going to have this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction sitting on top of my North Node and on top of my Moon in the 9th house. So it's about me trying to be comfortable with where I'm going, what I'm doing, breaking through, like Uranus. Uranus is just like, you know, it's shock and surprise. And so if you have any questions or comments, please just like hit them up in the community sector. I would love to share with you. And everybody else, let me see who all is in the queue. Hey, Shiny Gems, I'm so glad that you're still here. And Devin, or Mupsies, I know, oh yes, you being a Scorpio rising, yep. Yep, say the truth, right? You don't care what the truth is, you can handle it. Like, wherever we have Scorpio in our life, or people with the sun, the moon, their rising, north or south node in Scorpio, they just appreciate raw, real, authentic. Tell them the truth. And I embrace that. I love that. I appreciate it. Let's see. In June, hello, how are you? I think I have one more person in the queue. And then, let's see. I'm just excited that everybody is here. I don't know how you are doing, but the first half of the month, I felt like everything was moving smooth, and I was like moving into the eclipses, knowing that some things were going to be happening. And then, you know, yesterday, it was kind of like life just kind of hit me. And so I'm reminding everybody, use caution, use patience, be kind to yourself, because the eclipses are hard. They really push us for these hard and fast changes, and they push us outside of our comfort zone. Wherever you have like, you know, Leo or Scorpio or Aquarius or Taurus, any of the energy in that doesn't like change. The other signs, they don't mind it so much. And no, I like stability. I'm not a big fan of change, but I know that the eclipses are always there looking out for my best interest, because if the eclipses don't happen, we stay stagnant. And so, you know, looking at your life through that lens of, I wouldn't have done that had this not happened. I wouldn't have moved. I would not have met this person. I would not have created this artwork. I would not have created this book. I would not have, I would not have like this beautiful fuzzy blanket that I absolutely love. Like, these are the gifts that you have for others, and the gifts were born from your pain, your wounds. And so if you can look at it as, I'm going to take my healing and I'm going to share it with others. I mean, my astrology, I first dove into astrology. Well, okay, I've always been into astrology, always loved it, like always loved the mystical. But I went into counseling because I wanted to understand what was going on in my life. Like, why was everything the way it was? And so, you know, diving into that was an eye-opening experience, and it gave me the opportunity to understand astrology, of how I can take Reiki and how I can take like tuning forks, and how I can use energy to help heal and work with others. And so if that's through astrology, yeah, I'm honored. I'm honored. All right, so I have one more person in the queue. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Denise Martinez. I have the payment. I do not have your birth information, and I need your exact date, time, and location. Hold on. Let me look at it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Hold on. I'm going through the charts. Let me find it. Or I'm going through the notes to see if I can find it in the comment section. So if you have it, please give it to me. Can you please put it in the chat so I can see it? Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. Let me see here. And then I'll give you like a moment to wait. And I appreciate everybody being here and waiting. I don't see it in the chat. So, all right, it's for Essence. So, Essence of Mind, LLC. I don't see you in the chat. So if you could give me your information. I mean, I'm going back through the comments and I don't see it. Yeah, I've gone back through all these comments. I see Chrissy. I'm so glad this is making sense to you. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad that it gives you some guidance of where you're going. Okay. All right. I need the information, or else I cannot give that. I can't give the astrology consultation without it. I have the payment. I just don't have the birth information. So if you could put it in the comments, you know, your date, your time, your location. So while we wait for that to come up, let me talk about some other things that are going to be coming up. I'm going to be releasing tonight the Sun Neptune Conzimi. Okay. Is Electra D Solar System, is that the person? I'm going to let Jake figure that out before I pull it up. I'm not 100% sure what the email is, so I'm going to go back to telling you about what's going on. All right, so tonight I'm going to be releasing the Sun Neptune Kazimi. All right, okay, I can pull it up. I do see it. Okay, so give me a sec. I still need the time, and I have your date, I have the city, but I'm still missing the time. The time is really important if you can get as close as possible, because it determines, like, are you a day chart, are you a night chart? So that is the most important thing when you are listening to your astrology. Try to listen for your rising sign first, because that will let you know where all the planets are, and then you can listen for your sun and for your moon. It'll give you much more information. You can also listen for your other planets, but always first go to your rising sign, and that'll give you the most accurate for what is going on in your life. All right, I still need the time. And if I can always do a noon chart or 9 o'clock in the morning chart. Okay, so Electra, I have everything but your time. I really need you to put that time in. And thank you. Yeah. All right, so, oh, I got it. 7:45. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, let's talk. Okay. So, Electra, let's talk about this. Okay. First off, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And let's get through this. Yep, I got all your information now. All right. So, hmm, I'm going to start off with okay, that's a lot in your 12th house. Um, Moon, Mars. I don't know how much you know about astrology, so I'm going to start with your South Node. I want to talk about, if you're comfortable, your past. And then, since there's no specific questions, I'm going to talk about your past and where things are for you going into this eclipse season. So, South Node. South Node is where you have come from, where things did not go well, where things like ended as a demise or bad. And so the South Node in your 8th house of your shared resources. You lost everything because of your investments that you shared with other people. They took everything from you. I look to where is Uranus, and Uranus is in your 5th house. This could have had to do with an affair, it could have to do with children. They could have taken art or music, or let's say that you were an artist, or let's say that you wrote poetry, or that you wrote songs. This is taking what you had with somebody else and them totally taking it, and you losing it, like taking credit for it, you losing it, and it was sad. The 8th house is deep psychological trauma, and it was really difficult for you. It hurt on a deep level. All right, and then you said career, all career for me. Okay, I totally understand this. As we move forward, your North Node is in the sign of Leo. Leo is the sign of royalty. Hear my voice. Hear what I have to say. Don't just accept, don't just brush me over. People will say Leo needs to be seen and heard. The Leo represents the sun, which is in your 1st house of who you are. And so how do you heal through this? How do you make sure that what happened in the past doesn't happen again? Your North Node being in your 2nd house means you need to be on top of your personal finances, your cash, your property, your self-worth, your talents, your skill set, your salary, your income, your property, your resources, your finances. The 2nd house is what do I need in order to feel safe and secure? And it's ruled by the sun, your 1st house. This will have everything to do with you, how you're seen, your strength, your habits, your power, your self-expression, who you are. So moving forward, knowing that if you have resources connected with other people, you need to be thinking about yourself first and making sure that you don't lose on an ending of any of these things. All right, I'm going to move forward with where are we today. And then this will be the last person that's in the queue. All right. So when I put your chart on the inside, I want you to notice that we can look at, we still see your North Node here, your South Node here. Pluto is literally sitting on top of your South Node, reminding you of things that have happened to you in a past life, or if you don't believe in past life, like things that have happened in this lifetime or generational trauma. Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius for the next 20 years. The North and the South Node, it's not that I have to move away from one and move into one. I have to learn to bring my past into my future, and how do I integrate and learn from this energy. And this is in a beautiful trine and a beautiful sextile. So a trine is a gift, and so is a sextile of where you're going and what you're supposed to be doing. This is all about your career, your job, your legacy. The North, oh, sorry that I don't have the chart up. I don't know what the heck happened. Mother of God. Okay. Was that Shiny Gems who caught it? Yeah. Again. Thanks. Thanks, girlfriend. Truly appreciate it. You got my back. Now I'm going to go back again and explain this to Electra. Shiny Gems, I love you. You're always catching my screw ups, and I greatly appreciate it. I know you got me. All right, so Electra, let me go back again. Because I believe in, if you see it, it will make more sense to you. We have Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death, birth, and transformation. It's in your eighth house of psychological, literal birth, death, and transformation, and psychological bonding that we have with other people. This can be contracts that you have with family, resources, property. This could be significant others and exes and business partners. And so Pluto here is saying, look, I want you to think back to what happened to you in a past lifetime, or I want you to remember, or I want you to imagine what that was like, and you lost everything. And in this lifetime, you're supposed to be focused on your resources. Now, the North Node has been at the top of your chart in your career sector for the last year, totally illuminating your job, your career, honors, awards, reputation, your public life, authority, your life path, like where you are supposed to be going. And it is in a let me get a different thing. There we go. It is in a trine with your personal resources, you being paid for what you're supposed to be, like your worth, you getting the raise, you getting the job, you moving on, getting the promotion. It's also in a sextile to your South Node, saying, and this is in a harmonious aspect, that whatever you have with investments and things, or wherever you're making investments, they should pay off. Knowing this, okay, let me back it up. I want to talk about the eclipses that are like literally at the top of your chart, and the South Node releasing Libra at the fourth at your home. Usually when we have a South Node eclipse in our fourth house of home, during this last year, and there's 6 more months of this, it usually means that you are moving on from one house and moving to another, moving to a location, and the North Node is saying, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to move on to this job, I'm going to leave this job, I'm going to be recognized for what I can do for this job. The South Node is usually leaving, and the North Node is usually moving towards. And eclipses on the 4th and the 10th axis mean that it is squaring who you are, putting you in an uncomfortable position of, well, I have to move, I have to leave, I have to go here for this job, or this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Mercury is going to be going through your 10th house. This is going to be hard because this has to do with all types of contracts. This is writing, anything, email, phone, text. Know that as it goes through your 10th house, you need to double check and triple check. Mercury, whenever it stations retrograde, totally will wreak havoc on all types of communication that you will have for your career, and oppose things that are done at home. So if you're having work done at home, it's like delay after delay after delay. And if like it's updating your phone and then losing half the contacts. Now, Mercury's going to go across your North Node and your Chiron, your wound, in the sign of Aries. Aries means you, the self, wound. So words that have wounded you from authority people, authority figures in your life. This could be bosses, this could be parents, this could be teachers, older friends, cousins, neighbors, words that have hurt you and cut you and undermined you. And you saying, okay, I see it, and I'm going to identify it. And then on April 2nd, Mercury is now going to go retrograde. This is the time period that you will go back over this whole area of your life of you being seen in the limelight, you being seen as an authority figure. Remember that as a Cancer rising and a Cancer sun, you are ruled by the moon. Your feelings, your intuition, everything changes every 2 days, every 2 to 2.5 days. And so this is you saying, how do I come into alignment? These changes, they're hard and they're fast. Does that mean I move away? Or does now the South Node can also mean kids moving out of the home, people moving out of the home. It doesn't always mean that you are moving out of the home. Now, I want to talk about, like, this is hard. You have Pluto Home was not always easy for you. Saturn, an authority figure. Jupiter, an abundance of people. Libra means you don't like arguments. You like peace. You like peace in the home. You want your home to be the safe haven. And Pluto in the fourth house is a trauma signature, that there were things that were traumatic, either with traditions or with the people that shaped you, or with father figure, or with ancestors or grandparents. The fourth house is, this could literally mean that surprising DNA comes up, and it's like, oh, I'm related to that person, or oh, I'm not related, or oh, these things happened. And so this could literally reveal secrets, giving you that heads up. Yeah, because Pluto is the house, Pluto represents death and transformation, and you are having this Pluto trine. Do you see how you have your Pluto here? And so the trauma and the realization, the universe is saying, it's time to make a gift out of this. Let's heal from some of this. A trine is an opportunity to look at it for the gift. So I'm hoping that all of this makes sense. The south node is, how do I release this? How do I let go of this? I want a peaceful home. Does that mean that these people don't live with me? Does that mean that I found out secrets? I found out secrets about people that were in my home, like they were living holier than thou, and they were not, and I'm just now finding out about this. And because the home is really important to you as a Cancer, home and making and traditions are very, very important. And so knowing this, your job, your career, this is an opportunity for you to say, I need to sever some of these ties, and if I don't do it, the universe is going to make it a little bit easier for me, or the universe will make it so uncomfortable that it will happen. And then you're going to move forward out of this. I want to bring one more transit in, because anything that happens on the axis of the first house of self and partnership, or fourth house of home and career, those are hard. That means it affects your whole life. Whenever it happens to home and career, it affects partnership and who you are. So know, like, this is a whole square shift of your entire life, like your entire, like, where things are going with you. So and so with that, I'm sorry. But it's moving you into a good direction, and let's talk about the positive that's going to come from this, because this is a healing opportunity. You're going to be able to look back on your past and say, I get it. This is my aha moment. Now let's cleanse and let's heal, because you have a law in your 12th house. The 12th house is dreams, intuition. It's also karmic, like things that have been brought in. On, I keep forgetting the date, but it's April 20th. On April 20th, you're going to have a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your 11th house on top of your Chiron. Like, this is more of, I'm supposed to be focused on my goals. What are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals? And I need to align with them, because the 11th house for you can be your chosen family, not necessarily your blood family. These are people that you want to connect up with, that make you feel safe and secure and stable, in order for you to move on for things that you want for your career, your job, your public life, your honors, awards, your reputation. And so, Electra, I'm looking at this and saying there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable things that are going to be revealed, brought up, or uncovered. And it's the time. The universe does not reveal everything all at one time. Like, we don't just get our wound at 5 years old and then say, okay, I'm 10, I've healed everything. No, it comes in stages, and then we pull back the bandage, we let it air out, we heal a little bit, and then we put a fresh bandage on top of it. And then when we're more mature, a little bit older, a little bit wiser, with a little bit more perspective, we can take another look at it at a different time. And so that's what these activations are doing to you. They're saying it's time. It's time for you to look at your past. It's time for you to look at your future, for you to be focused on you, and to create this beautiful like Libra on the fourth house. I would love like your home would be just beautiful and comfy, and wanting it to be stable, and create your own traditions. And so, Electra, I'm hoping all of this makes sense for you, and I greatly appreciate you being here, and Nathan, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate you being here, and Electra, yeah, and I see this, Electra. I see the trines that are coming from this. This is going to be a time where the universe is going to say, look, this is going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to dredge up some wounds, and it's not going to be just one day. We're talking like over the next 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and then is going to come the relief of, oh my gosh, I kind of knew this, or I didn't know this, and I should have known this, and this makes so much sense now that I know this. And so, Electra, great, and so good, Electra, good, and I greatly appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody being here. And so, that being said, if please sign up so you get these notifications, and join me for my lives every other Tuesday, and stay in touch with me. If you'd like to receive my email, you can go to my website and sign up for that. And yeah, I heart you. All right, bye guys.